Hey legends, you can mine Nitra quick, safe, and easy like a pro with these tips. Tip number 1. Mine the base or roots of the vein. Nitra breaks easily, so you only need one hit of the pickaxe for it to break. And when you break the base, you also break the Nitra that is on top of that base that is not attached to the surface. Whilst if you're hitting the surface, it will take more than one hit to break, and sometimes doesn't even break the Nitra on top of it. So if you're targeting the base, it will make your mining faster and more efficient. Tip number 2. Mine in one direction. Not like this where you go to the center and then you go to the left and then move to the right again. Not like that. So you can start from the side and then work your way to the other side as long as you're moving in one direction. For example, here, I'm mining from top to bottom, but I'm moving in one direction, moving forward. Tip number 3. Whenever possible, mine on top of the vein. The technique here is to mine the Nitra in front of you, not below you. Because if you do, you will most likely drop down, or even worse, fall to your death. This technique also means that you need to move backwards. Now, of course, when you're on the edge of the vein, stop mining first because you will most likely fall. Which leads us to the next tip. Tip number 4. Safety first before mining. So example, you're at the edge on top of the vein that you're mining, and then there's no way to go except down. Make a safe spot for you first. That can be right in front of you, and then from there, you can mine the last part of the vein. Another thing regarding safety, if you see enemies coming to you, stop mining and of course, clear the area, then proceed to mining. Tip number 5. Use molly to reach higher veins. If you just want to save ammo for your platform or you're not a fan of jumping mining, then you can jump on top of molly and then mine with ease. Normally when you're playing with others, they have their own way of mining, but you can still actually help them. Which brings us to tip number 6. Ping the vein so that the other players can actually see where the vein is located. And another thing that could help would be tip number 7. Continue mining even when you're full. This is simply because other players can actually get those Nitra that has already been dropped, or you can just head back to that location and get the Nitra instead of mining again. And a bonus tip for those single players out there, Bosco is the master miner. Just ping and he'll mine. Before I continue, I just want to give a special shout out to all of my members, my Dark Assassins, for their continued support through the YouTube membership. So if you want to be part of the Dark Assassins, you can by just checking out the join button down below and choosing the level of support you want to give. Thank you. When playing with a team, different classes actually help each other out when it comes to mining. Like the engineer making a platform for the scout to safely mine on. But when you're actually alone or you're separated from the group, these tactics can actually help you mine. Now on to the class-specific mining tactics, and we're gonna start with the gunner. With the gunner, make a zip line to the center of the vein. Once you reach the vein, start mining from the side all the way to the other side. If by any chance there are certain Nitra that is left, you can actually make a safe spot in the middle and then mine the remaining Nitra from there. The reason why we're targeting the center of the vein is so that we could get back to the safe spot and use the exact same zip line going back down safely for the engineer. If the vein is vertically oriented, you can actually make a platform right to the side but in the middle of that vein so that you can just mine downwards fast and efficient. For the scout, always look for a safe spot near the vein before grappling. And since there's no platform, then you're gonna have to make a way to the vein. I know this one will take time, but safety of course is a priority when it comes to mining. A special shout out to my good friend Hunter Must Die or White Habagat Pinoy Gaming, for he showed me this technique. And if there is no safe spot, then you have to make your own. So you need to grapple first to a certain area, and then from there you have to pickaxe or use your strong pickaxe in order for you to make a hole. And then on your second grappling hook, you will be able to latch or safely stay in that hole. It also helps if you have the hover boots on when you fall from making the first hole. For the driller, one of the tricks for drillers is to start drilling from the bottom all the way to the top of the vein, and then from there you can just pickaxe the Nitra. Alternatively, there is a way where you can actually mine the whole vein in one go, and all you need to do is to drill the surrounding edges where the vein is attached, and the last hit will break everything, giving you an auto mine. It is the exact same principle which you can use also from mining Umanite or other special resources, just to hit the base or anything that is attached to a surface. Special shout out to Eli Mimich for actually pointing out this technique to me recently. Another method which I actually don't use quite often because I value the ammo, especially when you do hazard 3 and above, is to use C4 when mining. Now this one can be very fast, but the biggest problem with this one is the Nitra is also being blown away, hence you still need to look for it. Mining is just a small part of this awesome game, but it's still very essential. The more Nitra you have means the more resupply pods that you can call, and at the same time, you gain 1 XP for each Nitra you mine, making you earn a higher XP for that mission, and of course, help you level up. So to learn more about leveling up faster, you can check out this video over here. Or if not, you can check out my other interesting videos down here.